What if I told you that retiring at 75 might not just rob you of your golden years, but could actually be the biggest mistake of your life?
For most people, it's a slow slide into disconnection, irrelevance, and even regret.
And in this video, we're going to expose the dangerous myth and show you how to reclaim your time before it's too late. Now,
do you remember when we started Retirement Transformed?
Yeah, in 2018, we had a focus group to start to think about, is this even something that people are interested in?
Right, and are they worried about it?
And are they worried about it? And we picked 30 people. We had 2 different focus groups, and we had them in a room together. And I'll never forget, I can't think of his name, and I wouldn't repeat it anyway, but he was a lawyer.
Let's call him Harry.
That is his name. Harry was in the room. Harry was an attorney. He was an estate attorney. He's probably still an estate attorney. He was 62 at the time. And when we asked questions like, when do you want to retire? And I forget the other focus group questions, but he was dead on clear. I'm never going to retire.
Yeah.
I like to write. I like to read. And I will be going to my desk every day for the rest of my life, even on Saturdays, because that's what I love to do.
He even ended with, I just want to die at my desk. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go into work one day and just die at my desk.
And here's a guy who's married. He had 3 children. He had 5 grandchildren. He was successful, so he had the financial ability to do things and go on trips. He didn't want to. And I think that we didn't try to convince him otherwise. But I think the moral here is that that's not a really good plan. I mean, it was good for him, but I don't think it's fair to his wife, his kids, his grandkids, that he's giving that type of experience, that type of
dedication.
Setting an example like that for everyone in his family. It's wrong. We're trying to do the opposite. We believe that in this phase of life, the discovery years, 55 to 75, it's okay to keep working.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
It's okay to have a job. It's okay even to have, a part-time, full-time job if you want, but it's got to be something that you enjoy, something you're good at, something where you're helping others perhaps, writing a book, mentoring, coaching, volunteering. That really is important. But to sit behind your legal desk until the day you die is not a good plan. And we want to talk to you today about getting that back, having a different mindset about that. And one of the reasons that people get this wrong is they fall into this trap of later is safer. Like, I'll retire later because it's safer.
Yeah, assuming that more work years equals more security. And financially, that's probably correct. But is that really true in terms of your lifespan, your mindset, your health?
Right.
Does that really provide you more security? And it depends on your job, right? So it depends on the amount of stress, the level of commitment you have, the amount of hours it is, the physicality of your job,
right.
All of that. But this idea or this fear of running out of money, I think people have in their head.
Right.
And so there's a target at 75. But what we found in our research is that regrets really start at 65. So you have 10 years of regrets,
Right.
which is not healthy for anybody.
Another quick reason why people get this wrong is they're so focused on the money piece of it, not having enough, they need to earn more. It's just not a good way to go through life. And I know you need a certain amount of money to retire. And there's a lot of people that watch our channel that leave comments that I have to keep working because I need more money. Okay. Maybe get a second opinion. Maybe you don't need to work in the construction job for the rest of your life. Maybe there's a different way to do it where you are earning some money, but you're also doing something that you really love.
And I think that's hard for us to make a blanket statement across all nearly 100,000 subscribers. So we totally get that. And we hear your comments. You're out of touch, you don't listen, you're not down with reality. We are down with reality, and we believe in financial security. That's step number 1. Everything we're talking about is after that step, right? So once you've determined with your financial planner that you have financial security, start to broaden your mind and your horizon and be aware of this drift that could occur.
Right.
right? So you get into retirement and you kind of hide this retirement drift with all your busies, you know. And my mom used to call it your INGs. Oh, I'm working, I'm shopping, I'm moving, I'm walking, I'm, you know, mentoring, everything. She said to me one day, everything you do has an ING at
Right,
the end.
right.
And you're just always so busy. You're busy being busy almost.
Right.
And you have to be careful of that in retirement. That's more of the head game, I think.
Well, speaking of the head game, let's shift to giving you a different framework, a different way to look at this stage of life, so you don't have to work to 75.